Hey, how's it going? Brandon here, and I'm gonna give you guys my 2 cents, my take on this Apple iPad. So I bought this 4 weeks after the release date of the iPad. I decided that it looked pretty cool from what other people showed me, and the deciding factor was when I went into Best Buy to play with it for a while, and then I decided to order it online at the Apple Store. So I got it for $555 with shipping and tax, and the only place you can buy this iPad is online or at the Apple Store at the moment, which I'm aware of. So you're about paying $500 plus tax, which is $550 for this iPad. And then if you want a case, that's about $50 or $40 more. So you're approximately spending about $600 for an iPad 16GB, which is a baseline model. Now, one thing I don't really like about this iPad is the sizes, the capacity. If capacity is not a big deal for you, don't worry about this. But if it is, 16GB is pathetic, and you're paying $600 for or about $550, rounded off to $600 for an iPad. Netbooks about $400, maybe you can get one for $250 somewhere, and they come with 140, 160 gigs of space. So I think that's really pathetic for this iPad. I think the base model should at least have at least 64 gigabytes, but that will probably come in the future. Apple likes to update their devices like with their sizes, you know what I mean. First the iPod Touch was at 8 gigs, now it's at 64. So that's how they do it. Probably the next generation will probably go higher from 16 to 32, and then 32 to 64, and then 128 or something like that. However Apple does that. So that's one thing I don't really like, the capacities. 16 gigabytes is not enough because this device is marketed at like doing movies, everything, internet, music, everything. So that's another thing. So another thing to consider is how much will you use this device? Will you get your money's worth out of it? Now, personally, I don't use it enough to get my money's worth out of it, so I'm selling it. I already sold it. That's why I'm posting this review up to you guys. I sold it for $585 with shipping on eBay. And then eBay fees are like $50, so yeah. So I lost a little bit of money there, but it's whatever. So here's the iPad right here. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the apps, what it does. Let's talk about the physical appearance. So it's made out of aluminum, which makes a really solid build. It feels like nothing you've touched before because it's nice and solid. It's not plastic. So the buttons you have on here, on the home screen button right here, you have your volume rockers and the new orientation lock right here to lock the accelerometer from turning. On the bottom you'll have your 30-pin and speakers, which are fairly loud. At the top you have your sleep wake. And for you guys wondering what kind of skin I have on there, it's called a Jello Skins. You can go check it out, jelloskins.com. I'll have a review on this pretty soon. This one is the Boombox 2. And what I really like about Jello Skins is it camouflages the device really nicely and protects it from scratches and etc. without adding any bulk to the device. And very stylish also. So let's get a look at the apps. So you're paying about $600 so far if you get a case with it. And then applications in the App Store are about $10 each. So say you buy 5 apps, that's $50, and you just drop $750 on an iPad. Now you have to think if it's really worth it or not to you. Some might say yes, some might say no. But you can jailbreak it so you don't have to pay for any apps, so that's pretty cool. It's really easy, so don't be scared about jailbreaking. I think I have a video on it. It's basically a one-click type of deal, jailbreak. So for you guys that don't know how to jailbreak, it's really easy. Don't get worried or anything about that. So you can do that if you get an iPad, so you don't have to pay for the crazy $10 an app. And let's see what else. Internet, everything it does is really nice and smooth and flawless. Typing in landscape is really easy. In portrait, not so easy because it's less space, of course. You can get adapted to the keyboard really easy. I would say in about the first 1 or 2 days, it's really easy to type fast on here. Yeah, so the main thing I use this for: Safari, mail, music, not watching movies, only when you travel probably, watching movies, and playing games. So if that's something you like, definitely go pick up the iPad. But if you want my opinion, I don't think it's a good deal. You're paying about $600 for an iPad, and if you think you're getting your money's worth out of an iPad, go for it. But if you don't have enough uses for this iPad, consider if you are gonna want to purchase this iPad so you don't lose any money. So that's something to think about. what are my uses, or how much will I use this device? So that's just something to think about before you actually purchase it. That's a main factor for you guys, should be. But that's it. This is my review on the iPad. It's a really cool device and all. It's just the price point. I can really use this money and buy something else that I really use more than the iPad. I don't really use it that much, so that's why I'm selling it. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I appreciate you guys for the support. Thanks.